Hello, welcome back. I haven't been here for a while. Well, it's been the summer and I'm out all the time doing this, that, and the other. And like most people, busy in the summer, out with friends, family, painting outdoors, all sorts of things I've been doing the last couple of months. Been away, and I just thought I'd give you a quick update. I've got quite a nice I'm working up here at the moment in my little corner of the bedroom because it's such a great light and it's early evening, and I've been so busy today I haven't had time to do anything downstairs where I normally do. So I thought I'd come up here. I've got a very nice outlook, got beautiful views over. If I moved back I could show you, but I've got some ponies up there on the hillside, which I used to think when I was younger, I always want a view of ponies from my house. And there we are, I've got them now. They're not actually my ponies, but as good as. It's just lovely to see them out there. I'm not quite sure if you can see them. Let's have a look. No, they're usually up on that field over the top there. Above that white van, there's a field up there. That's where they are. Sorry about this squeaky old computer chair, but it's very, very old, and every time I move it makes a funny noise. So it's the chair. Okay, right, so I'm here. What I want to do, I'm determined to get something done today. So what I'm going to do is, I might have shown you in my last little short video that I'd already started gold leafing some of these small canvases that I'm doing. Just got one ready to go. I'm going to put gold leaf into this, then I can carry on and paint that. This is ready. I'm going to move you down a bit so you can see me. And let's move that out the way. I've got a pot here ready for any surplus bits that come off, but this gold leaf, when I remove what I don't want gold leafed, which is the shape of this bird actually, I wanted to do a lovely bird. I'm always very fond of watching the birds. I get quite a lot out on that green, out on the village green there. And I just thought I'm going to do one of those pigeons. A lot of people don't like pigeons, but I do. I think I like all the ones, I like all the animals. I seem to like things that other people don't actually like. So maybe that's one thing I should take on board when I'm doing my artwork. Do things that people actually like. I think you'll like this though when I've done it. He's going to be such a colourful little pigeon, and also he's going to be in gold. Why not? So there's the shape, basic shape of him. His little claws there, if you can imagine his claws are going to be there. And this is his body. Of course he'll have a nice big fat beak there. So that's me taking off the surplus gold. So that's ready for me to paint into. So what I want to show you with this one, this is one of my roses from the garden. So I'm forever painting my roses in the summer. This is going to be a beautiful yellowy peachy colour rose. Nice dark green leaves. But I'm going to put some gold leaf here on this dark bit now. So I'm going to show you how I do it. First of all, this is the actual, probably back to front for you. Let me read it out. It's the gilding paste mixture. So it's all ready to use. What I do is I paint a fine coat of this where I want the gold leaf to go. So let's get on with that. If I can get the lid off. And I've got all my sheets here of gold leaf. Let's try and get that off. That's it. Oh, a minute. The thing's stuck in the actual top of the bottle. I try not to use my best brushes, but that one, this one's gone a bit hard. I need to soften it up, and I haven't got a cup of tea. I haven't got any water. Let's put my tea down. Right, let's get cracking. So what I'm going to do is, I mean, it's 6 o'clock at night, so it's not the brightest at the moment. Oh, and that, I've got hair on there somewhere. So what I want to do is paint on the glue. I'm going to call it glue. It's not glue, it's gilding paste. They call it gilding paste, but actually the last bottle I had of it, which I've still got somewhere, it's just called what's it called? Hang on a minute, let me think. It is called, do you know, I can't remember the name of it now. Not paste. I think it was just called size. Yes, just called size. I don't know if I can talk to you as well as you seeing what I'm doing. Maybe, I don't know. It's not the best angle. I need to angle the camera better than this, but for now, usually I've got this covered with a nice sheet of, I've got this roll of lovely paper. This, believe it or not, this tabletop is my old Singer sewing machine, and I've had it for so long I can't part with it. The sewing machine goes in the top here. You might be able to see that. Normally I cover this completely with some paper so I don't damage the top, but to be honest, I have damaged the top. I've got all sorts of paints and glues, but I don't do a lot of sewing these days, but I can't get rid of it. It's one of those, I'm quite sentimental. I think I bought it for a £5 many years ago, and I have had a lot of use out of it. I've made all my children's clothes, for instance, when they were little toddlers. I used to make them dungarees to run around in. To their disgust, I used to dress them like they were twins. They weren't twins. Probably damaged them for life. Anyway, this is perfect here, next to my little, got a nice shelving unit here my brother built me with loads of shelves up above. Can you see them? That's all my art books, sketchbooks, and art stuff up there. So this is quite a nice little corner, and I've got my laptop, my printer. I've been printing. Oh, I must tell you, I've been printing cards up ready for my, well, not my exhibition I'm going to join in with. It's going to be a collaboration of all the artists that took part in the art trail back along that I was part of, and that took quite a lot of time, preparation, and I've got a lot of prints ready, and cards really from the last time I was with them. So that's going to happen at the end of the month. So these little paintings I'm actually going to sell, hopefully, put them for sale at, it's like a little Christmas, pre-Christmas market, and it's going to be over 2 days in the holiday village in Ilfracombe. And all the ones, as I said, in the art trail will be joining in. We'll all have a big table each to show our wares and our art. So I'm doing smaller things, affordable things that I think people might like to buy for Christmas presents. So okay, let's get back to this. So now I've put on, let's just pop that down. I've put on, I'm going to call it the gilding paste mixture. Actually, it's very good. It says you're supposed to leave it for 15 minutes before you actually put the gold leaf on. But this really dried after 5 minutes. I suppose because I put it on thinly as well. But I think actually looking at this is perfect because I've taken off the surplus gold and that's stuck very well as the background. And the birds going here. It's almost like, it does remind me of, you know, those, what do you call them, iconic Madonna figures, and you've got the gold. You see them in churches quite a lot. That's what it reminds me of. Not that it's religious. This is not religious because this is going to be a pigeon. Maybe, well, maybe it could be religious. Perhaps I should do some crosses as well for Christmas. No, that's being silly. I won't say that. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, you can see already it's starting to dry. I could just put the hairdryer on it for a moment, just to dry it off a little bit more, and then I can show you how I put the gold on. Just one moment, let's see if I can grab my hairdryer. It's usually here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So plug it in. Yes. I'll just give it a whiz with my hairdryer on cold, just to make sure it's tacky, but it's dry enough for. Ooh. Oh, I don't want to blow that away. Just do it like that. There, I think that's enough. This is so fine. I really nearly blew that away. So all the surplus bits, the bigger bits that I've managed to keep. My chair, squeaky chair. Let me just turn you down a minute like that so you can perhaps see a bit better. Yes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get these fine bits of gold. So these are all odd bits that I'm going to use on this because it's in smaller pieces, I can get away with that. So the larger bit, which is going to be here, can you see what I'm doing? I'm popping it in the corner up there. See, it's already stuck. And I'm just going to, with the fine brush, it's a very soft brush, just very gently going over like that. Any bits I want gold, there. That's a little bit of spare gold I can put in. And the other thing that I was going to say is, I quite like little holes, so it's not perfect. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So now I'm going to work a bit quicker because it is drying, and also let's just take a bit off there. Any bits I can use, just a streaky bit. It's quite fiddly because it's so fine and blow away, as you can see. Look, that's actually stuck there, so I'll just push it down there like that. There. There's something lovely about doing this. I really like it. I haven't done any of these for a while. The last time I used gold leaf around my pictures, around my paintings, was during the pandemic and the COVID era. That's when I used this method the last time. So I'm going to pull off anything that I can use again. There, like that. And that bit. And there. There we are. Also there. Excuse me. And there. Oh dear, I should have put a bit up there actually. Oh, I can use that bit. There we are. So any bits like that. Like that. A little bit on the corner. Let me show you now. So what I'm going to do is, you can't recognize what it is, whereas before you could. But once this is dry and I take off the surplus, I'm just going to cover those. I've got such a lot of tiny little bits, which I will transfer into this pot, so I can keep all this other little bits and use them in another painting. So it's like this. The rose, once I scrape away, actually there are a few little bits there, I'll just do that. That is ready for me to paint. And the same thing will happen with the rose. Once it's dried, I'll be able to go in with some beautiful lemons and peach colours on top. And it will still retain some of this lovely pink underneath. That's what I'm aiming for. Right, so I'm going to leave that now. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you hopefully soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.